Liverpool have only gone and done it. They've only gone and won again. And I still like this team. Just lose, please. Lose when I watch Liverpool. And I have to say, I think I just knew they were going to watch. I knew they were going to win the game. I know that Everton were good defensively, held on for a while, but I just knew that Liverpool were going to win the game because they controlled that game from minute 1 to minute 90. Everton did not have a sniff, and maybe some at Everton could argue that Canate could have been sent off, this and that. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, when VAR made that big mistake versus Spurs, I said, I reckon Liverpool just get a few nicer decisions, But I still think if it was a 10v10, Liverpool still would have won the game because that midfield from Liverpool controlled the game. So we're going to break down the game, who was good, who was bad. We're going to talk about the game, analyse the game. And one of the main talking points will be Gravenberch because this was his first start for Liverpool. He was very good, particularly in those first 45 minutes, the way he carried the ball, the athleticism he can bring. And you can see his qualities. Obviously, I watched a lot of Ajax because when Ten Hag was linked to United, I started watching a lot of Ajax and I was like, Timber, Gravenberch, those two guys always stood out for me. And of course, they're at Arsenal and Liverpool, rivals to United. As a United fan, is so infuriating. But I've always been a big fan of Ryan Gravenberch. I said I wasn't sure if it was the right profile because I've always said Liverpool need a 6. And I think everyone at Liverpool, even you Liverpool fans, will admit that you need a 6. And you were playing with 2 8s today. And I was a bit like, McAllister, Szbosozlai, Gravenberch, will it work? They're all 8. But it did work. The midfield was really in control today. And although Salah, he was the guy that scored the goals. He was the guy that made the difference. Yeah, for me, the midfield was the main talking point. Now, I did quickly want to touch upon Salah because this kind of stuff is insane. 20 games, 14 goals, 9 assists. He's got 23 goal contributions already this season. And it always amazes me that some people don't rate Salah. I don't know why. It's like, and I always say this, look, Rashford can be rubbish for United, and there's United fans that want Rashford sold. But at the end of the day, Rashford's one of those players that he is capable of scoring 30 goals. And no matter how frustrating you can be, how inconsistent you can be, if you score 30 goals, you score 30 goals. And Salah is levels ahead of Rashford, And a lot of people don't like Salah. They're like, oh, it's just goals and assists. And yes, I don't think Salah had his best game for Liverpool today. I've seen Salah play miles better for Liverpool in the past. I know how good Salah can be. But it's like inevitable that Salah will score. Even if he's not having his best game, he will score. He'll make the difference. I think Luis Diaz, a player that some people have question marks over, he had influence. He's a good player. Darwin Nunez I thought was really good when he came on. And I do want to talk about Gravenberch in the midfield. That's going to be my main talking point for today's video. But I do want to point out that, while I thought Gravenberch was fantastic, I think Klopp got his subs spot on. Harvey Elliott and Darwin Nunez just gave Liverpool that new oomph, that bit more of a threat, because I think Liverpool were really good. The midfield in that first 45 minutes, particularly Szbosozlai and Gravenberch, they were really in control. But Liverpool just in that final third, they just lacked something. I was like, it's just not coming off in that final third, but they were so in control. And I think Darwin Nunez comes in, Elliott, and they just brought that attacking threat. And I think when you've got 11 men versus 10 men, you need to utilise that attacking threat. But I do want to talk about Gravenberch, and I thought he was really impressive. I think, there's a lot of people that had a few question marks over why Liverpool signed him. I mean, I never had question marks because I know how quality this guy is. As a United fan, I've always known how quality Gravenberch is. But I've always said with the Gravenberch signing, it's always been what I've said, well, is he the profile they need? Because they've got Szbosozlai, they've got McAllister, they needed a DM. But then when you see that Gravenberch is 21 years of age, was available for like 20 million, and I know how good he is from watching him at Ajax, I was like, I understand why they wouldn't want to miss out on Gravenberch. He's a quality player. And today we saw it, 96% pass accuracy, 32 touches, 6 ball recoveries, won 4 out of 6 duels, 2 interceptions, 1 long ball completed, 1 out 1 dribbles completed, 1 key pass. He was really good. And what stood out to me about Gravenberch, and this is something that I always look for in midfielders, is midfielders that always want to move the ball forward, always want to play the ball forward, and have the ability to do that well. And that's what I like about Szbosozlai. I think Szbosozlai, is just unbelievable. I did a video on Szbosozlai. McAllister, he's decent, did well, but he is playing out of position today. I think it's unfair to be critical of McAllister when he's playing out of position. But Szbosozlai and Gravenberch were the two stand out for me because they just had that, I'm going to bring the ball forward. I'm going to make something happen. I want to attack. I want to influence the game. And that's what I liked, his, ability to carry the ball forward. But Gravenberch's technical ability, played for Ajax, come through the ranks at Ajax. You know that he's got immense technical ability, but he's also got the athleticism. He's physical, can cover a lot of ground. And he was completely shut out at Bayern. And I don't know if it's because Bayern, the way they play, technical players, it's more about athleticism and he's more technical, Gravenberch. But, you gave me, and I'm not comparing him to Zidane. It's not Zidane, but his mannerisms on the ball, I think Gravenberch gives that Zidane vibe with just how comfortable he is to touch the ball, to control the ball, to take the ball down. I think Gravenberch, was exceptional, particularly in that first 45 minutes. I think, unfortunately for Gravenberch, Harvey Elliott comes on and he's probably just as good. So I don't know if he will start the next game. But what I like about Gravenberch is eye for a pass, constantly getting the ball forward. He looked very comfortable in that midfield because he's not played a lot of football the last year, so I always thought he could be rusty. He's strong, he's fast. And I think when you're a player that's got the technical ability and the physical ability, you're strong and fast. I think you have everything to be a good player if you're hardworking and you're easy to coach and you can fit into the system. And I think, we know from Klopp being a good coach that he can do that with players. And I think Gravenberch, from his time at Ajax, we knew how good he is. And I think what will be interesting is Liverpool in January or the summer need to get a proper number 6. Endo's good, but he's more of a Milner replacement. They need a real Fabinho replacement. And then you've got a proper number 6 to give you that more balance. And I think McAllister's a good player. This is no discredit to McAllister, but like a natural 6. And then you've got Szbosozlai and maybe Gravenberch ahead of them. That's a scary midfield. And I'm saying that as a United fan, and Gravenberch is 21, Szbosozlai's 22. They bring in a proper number 6. I don't like that as a Man United fan. That would be scary. But from what Gravenberch showed today, he showed he has the ability to carry the ball forward, get the ball to the attack, help Liverpool, I think, in general control as well. But I do think that McAllister did a fine job just dropping deep in the sort of 6 areas as well. And I think Gravenberch at such a young age, 21 years of age, he can be evolved into what Klopp wants him to be. He's a stylish footballer, he's physical, he's technical, he's got the good mentality. He's definitely someone where the sky is the limit, and him and Szbosozlai could, I think, so young, so impressionable, so physical and technically gifted that I think Klopp can evolve them into the player that he wants as well. I do want to give a shout out to Harvey Elliott. I do want to give a shout out to Darwin Nunez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who really impressed me. Virgil van Dijk had a good game as well. I thought this was one of Trent's better games as well. So I will give a shout out to them. And I think Nunez has probably maybe start soon because he's coming on and he's having an impact. The run he made for the second goal, Nunez, I had a feeling was going to have a good season this year. He's not quite at the minutes, and I think I quite like that. Not that I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously, but I think it's good when managers go, you're my striker, you were the big signing, but you've not been good enough, so I'm going to keep putting you on the bench until you're good enough. Even if Gakpo hasn't been a certain amount better than him or another player hasn't been a certain amount better than him, I think it makes Darwin Nunez hungry. He's realised he's got to be at the top of his game when he plays, and I think that will make Darwin Nunez a better player because I think this season when Darwin Nunez has got opportunities, like when he came off the bench versus Newcastle and he scored 2 goals, he was more influential. Now, I do want to look at the SofaScore ratings ahead of the Liverpool game, and as you can see here, you can see... Maybe I zoomed out a bit too much. Maybe I'll zoom out one more. Is that on your screen? That is on your screen. Good. So as you can see here, Mohamed Salah got an 8.4, but he's the easy man of the match because he's the game changer. But for me, Szbosozlai was just as impressive as Salah. I think, Gravenberch had a great game. I thought Harvey Elliott was fantastic when he came on. I think Trent had a good game. And you can just look at the statistics here. Liverpool had 2.24 XG to Everton's 0.12. I never thought Liverpool were going to lose that game. There was just nothing from Everton. 77% possession, 26 shots to their 6. And I think this for Liverpool was a game about patience. They had the extra man. It was frustrating to break Everton down. They were parking the bus, but it was just about patience. The more they attack, the more patient they are, the more disciplined they are. They'll eventually get through Everton. They'll eventually find a mistake. And that's what they've done. And unfortunately, we're in a position here where Liverpool is second in the league. We've got City in first, Liverpool in second. Arsenal are losing to Chelsea right now, which means Chelsea got above Man United. By the time this video is out, I'll probably be live on my main channel doing a Man United, Sheffield United watch along. But I'm glad Arsenal are losing, but it's not nice seeing Liverpool second and City first. Right now, if Man U aren't going to win the league, I need Tottenham or Newcastle to do it. I can't watch City, Liverpool, Arsenal win the league, and Man United need to be above Chelsea. But yeah, I was just looking at the league there. But anyway, that's my review of the Liverpool game. I will be doing a match reaction to the Newcastle game probably early tomorrow because I've got to do a Man United watch along in about 5 minutes. And then I will also maybe do an analysis of Chelsea Arsenal as well. And then I do want to do a video maybe on Liverpool's new midfield. I maybe want to do a video on Isaac, the Newcastle striker, and maybe on Salah. I've got a few interesting videos planned. I'm also on a different camera, so I don't know if the quality's better or not. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. Thank you for watching, and